Hold on. Good evening, everyone. My name is Lynn Hayes. I'm a senior at Ballard High School and a composer and lyricist for Rising Star Project. Welcome to RadioActive Musicals. This weekend isn't just a culminating weekend for this year's program. It's the culminating weekend for my personal Rising Star Project journey. I've spent the last 4 years growing as an artist in this program, discovering that writing and composing is my dream career, and I will be pursuing that for life. Along the way, I've written 3 musicals spanning multiple genres, from a Romeo and Juliet adaptation to a dystopian sci-fi thriller to this year's imaginative interpretation of a pandemic photo essay, and I Was a Jet Girl in West Side Story. I can't imagine my high school experience without RSP. The Rising Star Project is a tuition-free program that any Washington State student is eligible to apply for. This year, we have 26 student participants representing 19 schools. We have dedicated over 100 hours during the last 6 months to create, produce, and present 4 original musicals. From writing to acting to directing to music to stage management, everything you'll see tonight is student-created. This program would not be possible without generous support from the community. The Fifth Avenue Theater wants to acknowledge an amazing partner, the Sherry and Les Biller Family Foundation. Thanks to this partnership and the support of the Sherry and Les Biller Family Foundation, Rising Star Project continues to grow in amazing ways. The program received additional funding from Jolene McCaw Family Foundation, Real Networks Foundation, Schools at Washington/Washington Department of Commerce, Susie and Phil Stoller, and Becca and Bill Wirt. A complete list of sponsors can be found on the Fifth's website. Thank you to all of our donors who support the Rising Star Project and immersive arts experiences for students. This is our 2nd year of partnering with students and staff of KUOW's amazing RadioActive Youth Media program. And here to tell us more about RadioActive is Josh Fernandez.
Thanks, Lydia. Hello, I'm Joshua Fernandez. I currently study Cinema and Media Studies at USC, but I wouldn't be there without the amazing opportunities RadioActive provides. I've been involved with RadioActive ever since I participated in their 2018 summer internship, working as an advanced producer both in 2019 and 2020. In fact, one of these night was adapted from a podcast I made as an advanced. I've stuck with RadioActive for so long because they provide a platform for youth story perspectives. The program of KUOW 94.9 Public Radio, RadioActive Youth Media is able to, mainstream media isn't able to, through the medium of public radio journalism. The reason it is so successful in reading young storytellers of programs. The intro workshops have teen journalism and storytelling skills. The advanced programming allows for intro work grads to keep building skills and in radio. There's also community workshops, free programs that partner with schools and youth-serving organizations, as well as youth-produced content on KUOW.org, 94.9 FM, and on the RadioActive Youth Media podcast. Tonight, however, we're here to celebrate the combined accomplishments of RadioActive's advanced programming and Fifth Avenue Theater's Rising Star Project. For the 2nd year in a row, talented teens from the Rising Star Project have adapted podcasts, stories, and photojournalism essays produced by RadioActive's advanced producers into musicals and songs. One of those podcasts, Spurned, was actually written by me. The experience of working with the Rising Star Project has been amazing from start to finish. There's something very satisfying seeing my ideas translated into another medium who really understands them, like they were plucked straight out of my head and put onto the screen. I'm leaving for college this fall, and while I still hope to stay involved with RadioActive, this feels like the perfect note to leave things at. So, I hope you all enjoy the musicals, and I can't wait to watch them all with you. KUOW would also like to thank our event sponsors, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation Discovery Center, and Safeco and Liberty Mutual Insurance for their support of this event. Thank you to the Fifth Ave and Rising Star Project, and thank you to everyone for joining us. And now, it's my pleasure to introduce the Rising Star Project class of 2021.
This last year was full of surprises. We thought we'd all be out in 6 months. We learned new skills, new recipes, and new exercises, and pivoted more than once. 3. 5, check. 1, 2, 3. Anyone else think we'd still be here? Anyone here wish they could unsubscribe?
Check.
Wait, not me. Anyone else see better days coming? Like it won't be long till we're back on the stage. Anyone remember how we made it work last year?
Anyone remember that guy named Sage?
Yes, 1 year later, we're a little more tired, a little more restless,
And Zoom fatigued.
but we all have stories that we think need telling. It's been a long year, and who's not intrigued?
Zoom is no longer intriguing.
No, intrigued about what we're going to do this year. Wait, what are we going to do this year? We're making brand new original musicals based on intriguing student journalism. Again!
Just like last year. Bella, you're
we
muted.
can't hear you. You're muted.
Sorry, I was saying yes, but we've gotten a little better at it since then.
We have.
So you're saying yes, we wish we weren't still under quarantine? But we pulled it off last year, and so this year...
I guess we'll just do it again. What we did last year. I guess we'll just do it again.
That's the spirit.
Guess we'll just do it again. Still a pandemic. Guess we'll just do it again. For those who might be joining us for the very first time, or those who also struggle with quarantine recollection, we explain how we all did this crazy process last year. So we'll just put a link to that in the comment
But
section.
don't click on that right now because we're about to get started. Watch it later.
Guess we'll just do it again. If it ain't broke, guess we'll just do it again.
That's the spirit!
Guess we'll just do it again. Still a pandemic. Guess we'll just do it again.
And now, for the second year in a row, radioactive musicals.
Do you sure get check them free?
Radioactive musicals.
It's totally fake. It's only heard on everybody get your songs music.
Radioactive musicals.
I'll get through this, but for now, on the
Scene 1. Shipton Town Limits.
Cowboys, relics of a bygone era, a culture of male toxicity that deserves to be left there. But there's one man in the central Washington town of Shipton who refuses to let these legends rest in peace. My name is Elise Cresswell. You may not know me yet, but I guarantee that by the time this story goes viral, you will. Since I was a girl, there's been just one thing for me. I knew I had to be like those people on TV who made the news come to life. Maybe I should just look at it one more time.
She pulls a self-help book out of her satchel entitled Gerald G. Goldstone's Guide to Greatness.
How to be great in 5 easy steps. Believe that you can make it. If you feel it, you can be it. If you need it, then you take it. Don't let no be the answer you get. Don't live your life with regrets. Say I'm gonna be the greatest of all time. And I know this story's gonna make me shine. With my words and my technique, they'll all be on their feet. So I'll show the world what Elise is made of. When push comes to shove, I'm doing what I love. So what if nobody hears? I try so very hard, but it's never quite enough. This is my chance to show the world I really know my stuff and explore viral new frontiers. See, I'm gonna be the greatest of all time, and I know this story will be the one to make me shine. There's no question, no need to break down. Success is in this town, and I won't let you down. Cowboy, get ready, I'm coming for my crown.
Elise stuffs the book into her satchel and heads off into town. Scene 2, Shipton proper.
Dear audience, here I am in Shipton to learn more about this mysterious cowboy. I'm going to interview some of the locals to see what it's like to live in a town with this man.
A person walks past.
Excuse me, could I ask you a couple of questions?
They're gone.
Never fear, dear audience, I will interview yet.
Another townsperson walks past.
Hello there, my name is...
Sorry, not interested.
I just want to... I'd like to ask about the cowboy.
Jesse stops.
Did he do something?
No, I'm here to write a story about him. I'm trying to prove that the ubiquity of the cowboy myth is, that it's, I'm trying to show the world that cowboys are useless.
Listen, I have some things to do. But I have a friend. I'm sure she'd be happy to talk to you. I can see if I can send her your way.
You can send her my way when you're done. I promise, this will only take a moment.
Fine. You said you wanted to hear how cowboys were useless, huh? Well, a few years ago, he just showed up in town. No one really knew why, but word quickly got around. Our very own town cowboy, who'd have ever guessed? But since he's been here, he's been nothing but a pest.
I have a story about him.
Please.
One day I was walking with my bags on the way home from the store, when he came up beside me about 20 steps from my front door.
Let me take this for you, ma'am.
He said, I mean, I can carry my bags on my own. I'm really okay. I hopelessly pled. I wish he'd just leave me alone.
Yesterday, I was trying to cross a street when he knocked me to the ground.
You're safe.
He said, well, he could have had me beat. He said,
Watch out. There's marauders around.
I had just one thought as I laid there with a groan. I wish he'd just leave me alone.
How does he think he's helping? We don't know. Some days I really wish he would just go.
One time I saw him try to lasso a crow.
It's time for him to reap the seeds that he sowed. Wish he'd just leave us alone. Wish he'd just leave us alone. Since the day he arrived, we've known we want him to leave us alone.
That was harsh. Poor guy who really seems to think he's helping. Come on, Elise. You have a job to do. If you need it, then you take it. Well, dear audience, it seems the people of Shipton have strong opinions of their local cowboy, to say the least. But secondhand stories can only get us so far, folks. I think it's time we hear from the man himself, don't you?
Scene 3, The Cowboy Shop. The Cowboy Shop is a shrine to all things cowboy. Posters, signed memorabilia, and other knickknacks line the walls. Seemingly every inch of floor and table space are covered by other cowboy items. Boots, hats, replica six-shooters, the works. Behind the counter, hung in a clear place of prominence, is a light tan cowboy hat. It has no wall to itself.
Well, folks, here I am in the cowboy shop, and I don't see...
She trails off, catching sight of the cowboy hat on the wall. She walks over and, glancing around, places it on her head. As she does, the cowboy enters behind her.
Excuse me, ma'am. Please take that hat off. It ain't for sale.
Elise jumps, pulling the cowboy hat off her head.
Yeesh, what's the big deal? It's just a stupid hat.
It's maybe to you, but for me, it's... You're that reporter gal, ain't ya? I've heard the whispers round town about you.
Yes, I'm Elise.
Save it! I know your type, Kay. You big city folk that you can just waltz in here from over yonder and tell us how to live around here? Well, I ain't gonna take it. Shipton ain't a tourist attraction, ma'am.
That's not why I'm here. I want to know about you.
Me?
Yeah, you.
She takes out her recording device, placing it on the counter between them.
Do you mind? I just have a couple of questions.
Well,
Listen, I came here to get a story, and I'm not going to leave until I get it, so you might as well just tell me yes now, and then have me out of your hair faster, okay?
well then, yes?
Great. This cowboy thing, it doesn't seem like a particularly fruitful profession of anything you could do. Why that? I mean, did you always know you were a cowboy?
Did you always know how to breathe?
Yes?
Well, there's your answer. As long as I can rightly remember, I've wanted to help people. I love the people of this here town, and I spend every single hour, every single day making sure they're safe. And you know what? They love me for it too. What was that?
What was what?
That face. I saw that. Come on now, I ain't stupid, just tell me.
Fine. It's just, I'm not sure they appreciate you the way you think they do.
Of course they do! You're talking nonsense! You reporters are always looking for that big old story, right? So I ain't gonna believe it till I hear it for myself.
Okay, if you say so.
Elise picks up the recording device, stops the recording, and rewinds. She presses play.
Our very own town cowboy, who would have ever guessed? But since he's been here, he's been nothing but a pest.
That's just one unsatisfied customer. Why, I can carry my bags on my own. I'm really okay. I hopelessly pled. I wish he'd just leave me alone. Okay, so two unsatisfied customers. That's still
I wish he'd just leave me alone.
I wish he'd just leave me cowboys don't cry. I'd best be shipping off. Time to get a move on. If it was just they didn't like me, that'd be one thing. But then I'm not helping them. I can't live with that. Maybe somewhere out there's a place I'm needed. I won't stop till I find it. Time to show the world what I'm made of.
Before you go, I have one more question.
What for? You got what you came for, right? You have your story.
Not yet. Not until I have all sides. That hat. What's so important about it? There's like a million hats in here.
I don't want to talk about it.
Look, I already told you. I came to get a story, and it's not complete until I have your side of it. Elise Cresswell leaves no stone unturned.
Okay, fine. If it'll get you to leave. The hat was my mom's. She loved cowboys. She'd tell me stories of all the wonders they'd see. I'd sit on her lap, having shootouts with my toys. And she would tell me of how they'd ride, they'd ride, they'd ride. One day, Mama left me for good, disappeared and took my childhood. How could she have left me? I just don't understand it. She must have been taken. It must have been bandits. Yeah, that's it. All that night, I couldn't sleep a bit. I had a new mission, protect the innocent, the way I should have protected her. I was all alone, nobody by my side. My dad, he never cared, so I left my home behind. As I ran, there was just one thought in my mind. I had to ride, to ride, to ride. So now you can see how my life came to be. Me and that hat, the last of my family. Safety's up to me, and one day I'll find her wherever she may be. Mom, I want you back with me. I miss you, but until I'm back at your side, I have a job to do. It's now or never, there's no place to hide. And so I'll ride, I'll ride, I'll ride. That answer your question?
I had no idea about all that. I'm so sorry. But, we're really not all that different, you and I. I mean, as long as I can remember, I've wanted to be a reporter, but look at me now. I'm just a girl with a YouTube channel and like 5 followers.
And I ain't no cowboy. All I can seem to do is get in everyone's way. And I ain't never even seen a cow. But could you ever do anything else?
No way.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, we both know who we're meant to be, and no one will listen. No one!
Well, I reckon we just gotta make them listen then, don't we?
Maybe so. I was wrong about you. I thought you were a relic, something to be forgotten, but your desire to do the right thing, even when you don't get recognition for it, that's the cowboy spirit.
You know, maybe you got a bit of that cowboy spirit too. Your commitment to truth and doing what you love. I really respect that. You've made me realize that sometimes we have to move on. Don't give up. You ain't half bad at this reporter business. It's been an honor, Miss Cresswell.
He starts to walk out the door.
For me too. I'll meet you outside.
What?
I'm coming with you.
Now, where'd you get that idea? I don't
If I
rightly
don't
think...
come, who's going to be there to document your great escapades, your daring adventures?
You mean our?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, it does get mighty lonely out there on the road.
And hey, maybe your first adventure can be trying to find your mom.
Sounds like it would make a pretty good story, huh?
It most certainly does. So, ready to hit the road, partner?
He walks to the hat. He grabs it off the wall, goes to Elise and places it on her head. He walks out the door. Elise reaches into Rachel and pulls out her book. She places it on the counter and follows him out.
See, we're gonna be the greatest duo of all time. And our story's bound to be on everybody's mind. We'll go down in history. You and me. I'll stay by your side. Dreams won't be denied. And so we'll ride, we'll ride, we'll
that the musical was inspired by.
And hi, I'm Becca. I directed the show.
Awesome, amazing, thank you all. Henry, my first question is going to be for you. This year you were so involved in the creation of this musical as the book writer, composer, and the music director. Which job did you find the easiest, and which one was the hardest for you?
Yeah, well, each job I think challenged me in a different way, which I really appreciated. But I think the easiest one was probably MDing. That's the realm I'm most comfortable in doing musical direction, and by far the thing that was the most challenging was writing the book and lyrics. I am not a words guy, so it really pushed my limits to write that. It was a really fun challenge, and one I actually wasn't expecting to take on. So I'm glad I got to.
So, thank you, Henry, for that's such an insightful response. Josh, my next question is going to be for you. When the writers were deciding which radioactive pieces to use for their show pitches, yours stood out as very unique. Why did you create a podcast story about cowboys?
I guess something that drew me to the concept of the cowboy is how it represents America in some of the best and worst ways. They have a very complicated history, and I think that sort of tapping into that with my original podcast was important in like sort of unraveling why we like the cowboy and why at the same time we are so distant from it nowadays.
Awesome. Thank you so much. This next question that I have is for our director, Becca. Becca, this was your first time directing a show. In the past, you've typically done acting gigs, and so what was it like for you to step out of that role as an actor and step into this new role as a director?
So much fun. I always knew how much work and love and dedication it takes to direct a show. There's so many working components and things that go into it. It was just so much fun and so much love went into it. I wouldn't have traded this experience for the world, and I'm really excited to continue doing it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Becca. I now have one more additional question for our writer, Henry. Henry, because you've done so much in theater, and I've worked with you in past productions as an actor, and having going from acting to writing, and you're a phenomenal musician, what is your favorite part of the theater process, and what do you look forward to continuing to do post this year's RSP?
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing that I love most about theater is just people. I just love people and working with people, and I think that's what I like about music so much. Like, when you're playing in the pit for a show, it's like everyone needs to be bringing their game, and when you're on stage too, everyone actually. Every single person needs to be bringing, their A game 100% of the time, the whole time. And I love that feeling of depending on each other, and also knowing that there's people depending on you, and it really pushes you to be better. And that's what I really love about it. And I think that that's sort of just what pushes me through everything that I do in theater, is this feeling of getting to make these connections with people.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Henry. So now I'm going to thank everybody for getting us off to such a rockin' start with our first talkback. Henry, Josh, and Becca, thank you all so much. I can't wait to see the rest of the shows tonight. So why don't we go ahead and take a 5-minute intermission. Everyone can stay at the event in Crowdcast. We'll just take a 5-minute intermission before continuing on. I can't wait. I will see you all after the intermission. Thank you so much. And yes, we would like to acknowledge that we have had a little bit of tech issues, and we're going to work on resolving that for our next production, and try and make sure that all of these streaming issues are more resolved and less glitchy. So thank you all for bearing with us, and we will see you after our 5-minute intermission.